Hello, true viewers, and welcome back to the art stream that I started a moment ago. As you can see, Electro has been playing with my internet. So I am not that happy, and hopefully we won't drop again as there goes the camera. As I've got a storm going on outside at the moment, so that was the reason the stream dropped, guys, which I do apologize for, but it's completely out of my hand. It was completely a gods affecting my electricity. There isn't much I can do about storm taking out the electric, but we are back now, guys, and I do apologize that it dropped out, and hopefully you enjoy watching and continuing on to watch me finish off this piece like I did previously, like I was saying just a moment ago, guys. I've inked all of this now. I've inked it all, and I'd actually just started putting on the Copic markers and the shading where it needed it, and that's where we're going to pick it up straight after where I left it, and we'll continue on with these Copic markers and some more inking if it needs it. Well, I do apologize, guys, that actually dropped out. And hopefully you will enjoy it tonight. We'll enjoy the rest of this, because what I'm going to be just trying to do now, so I can get this finished for you guys on stream, is just colouring it in. And then, like I said, I've already took a picture of it. Next week, we will take it over to the Critter file and digitize this piece of art. And hopefully you haven't liked it so far, and you'll continue on watching what I'm going to be doing, or what I'm going to be drawing, guys, because like I said a moment ago, the storm outside took my electric out, and I've had to sort of wait a couple of minutes to put it back on. It came on about 5 minutes ago, so it should be all good now. But if it does drop again, guys, I do apologize if that happens, but stay tuned as I'll be continuing on. I'm going to get the comic historian back on again. Again, if it does drop again, guys, I do apologize. And again, there isn't much I can do if it does. And if it does keep going off more than once, if it goes off again, guys, what I'll do is I will take a picture of what I finished, because I'll just finish the piece off by candlelight, basically. And then continue on with what... so I can take a picture of it and then send it up onto Instagram. I'm just making sure everything's good in the background here, because I don't want any, because obviously the internet took everything out in one go, which wasn't the best thing to happen, really. So I'm just getting the comic historian ready, so you can hear that in the background while I continue on drawing, guys. I'm going to put a thing in the comment section there to explain what actually happened. Just making sure everything's good. I'm going to stay here for a minute or two before it does. I don't want to start doing something and then it drops again, because that was really annoying, because I was getting in the flow of everything. And I don't know if you guys do draw as well, or if you've been drawing along with me. You will know how annoying it is when something doesn't work, like a pen or something you've been referencing, because I have my phone's now over there on charge because I was running out of battery. So I will go back over there in a minute or two, go and get my phone so I can get the reference picture once again. But again, I'm going to hold for a minute or two to make sure everything's good and make sure nothing actually goes down. Making sure everything is good. Like I was saying in the last video, guys, I will take this piece of art over to Critter after next week. So don't forget to subscribe for that day and ding the bell for notifications, so you guys know when I'll be doing that. It's probably going to be next Wednesday and Thursday, because what I'll do is digitize it by outlining it and putting the first base coat on, and then the next day I will take that again and put all the shading onto it. If you want me to do it in the evening, guys, best thing to do is leave a comment over on Instagram. Again, my name is Blut084, BLUT084. Let me know when you want this done, if you want this done in the daytime, or if you want this done in the evening, as I'm good for either side. Like I did the other day, I did a day stream and I did an evening stream. And a couple of you guys join me on either. So it's completely down to you whether you, because I'm doing this generally just for the fans that do watch me and don't chat in the comment section. But if you're watching live today, guys, and you're enjoying what I've been drawing and you think this is a good one, leave a like. If you think this is a bad one, leave a like. Don't obviously if you want to leave a bad comment, do so. But if you don't think it's that bad, I don't know, guys, let me know. Well, I do apologize for the electricity sort of getting cut off because of the storm outside. I'm still sort of making sure everything's good before I do anything else, because I don't want to stop halfway through once again. So I was doing quite well. I was getting there, and I was really into the shading. I was just about to reference the picture. But I was saying, let's get Comic Storian back on again. I'll put out another post to say that I've gone live on Instagram, guys. Again, it's the same name, just different place. Okay, right. We'll have it back to where we were last time. So we'll start that play audiobook where we left off, so you can listen to that while I sort myself out.
Ulysses' Park is in the right place. As the two of them take the elevator down, Spider-Man says that if he's not busy, he would like Ulysses to come to work with him in the morning. Ulysses tells him that he would love to, but will he get to meet Peter Parker? He's a huge fan. And Spider-Man tells him that Peter Parker is traveling. I just wanted to show you a way of helping people that you may never have thought of. The next morning, Spider-Man and Ulysses stand over the Parker Industries factory, and Spider-Man says that he was thinking that with Ulysses' help, he could save money and man-hours by not running down dead ends. If they focus their attention on projects that are in the medical and security fields, they could save hundreds of lives. Ulysses says that he's never actually thought about it like that. But would this place seriously hire him? Spider-Man tells him that it's not up to him, but they're about to meet the person who can make that decision. And for now, they should keep the whole inhuman thing on the down low. As they walk into the office, Harry Osborn stands there welcoming him. And Spider-Man says that this is Lyman. Spider-Man then tells Harry that this is Ulysses, and he's a candidate for their internship. Harry says that he's pleased to meet him, and then he begins to ask what he's majoring in school. Before Ulysses can give him an answer, Spider-Man pulls him away, stating that they have other important people to meet instead of talking about this. Spider-Man then introduces Ulysses to Clayton Cole, an expert on Sonics, who isn't a lunatic supervillain. Clayton extends his arm for a handshake, stating, anymore. But, hi. Clayton then begins showing Ulysses their designs for a new model flying car, and Harry pulls Spider-Man aside and says that he seems like a good kid. But as the two of them talk, Peter notices Ulysses having another vision. He asks if everything is okay, and Ulysses tells him, yeah, just remembered something. Spider-Man then says, yeah, the teleconference with Peter Parker. I guess we have to go. Clayton tells Ulysses that it was nice meeting him, and Ulysses waves, stating that it was nice to meet him as well. But once the two of them are alone, Spider-Man asks Ulysses if he had another vision, and Ulysses tells him, yeah, it kind of involves him. Keep in mind, not everything I predict comes true, but that guy we just met, he's going to put on a costume and fight. Spider-Man begins to think that it must be Harry, because he's been working so hard, but Ulysses stops him and tells him, no, the other guy. Clayton? Ulysses then asks if he can think of any reason why Clayton Cole would do that. Later that day, Spider-Man swings around a giant robot controlled by 5 men, asking, who's the genius who thought it would be a good idea to build a quintronic man? One of the men shouts that there is no way that he could have found them, and another begins to spray poison gas. But Spider-Man tells them that he already has air filters in his mask. He's going to take a gamble and guess that whoever built this thing is smart enough to save his own life. The man shouts that he's not scared of him. He knows Spider-Man doesn't kill people, but Spider-Man tells him, not me. Check your thermocouple readings. The man checks and says the core is overheating. They need to get out. So he pops open the cockpit and tells the man to drive it into the river. He then swings, grabbing everyone out of their pods. One of the men says that the river cooled the robot, that the core had exploded. But Spider-Man stops him, telling him, it would have taken out the whole block. And by the way, you're all going to jail in case you were wondering. A little while later, back at Parker Industries, Ulysses asks Spider-Man what is he going to do about him fighting Clayton. Spider-Man tells him that he's still trying to figure that out, but he hasn't done anything yet, because he's worried that talking to Clayton is what is going to set off the event. Ulysses tells him that he's sorry, he couldn't have seen anything other than the two of them fighting. Peter thinks back to when he fought Clayton when he was going by the name of Clash. Back then, Clayton was just a thrill-seeking kid who messed up his own life. Spider-Man says that you never really know someone until you walk a mile in their shoes. A few hours later, Clayton and a few of the other scientists notice that Spider-Man is walking with that Ulysses kid again. However, Clayton thinks back on it and he thought that Ulysses was acting kind of strange. As the morning went on, he found Spider-Man and Ulysses watching him from time to time. And an hour later, Spider-Man entered Clayton's office as Peter Parker, telling him that he stopped by to make sure that everything was going okay. Clayton tells him that he thought he was in Shanghai. Peter says that he just flew in. So Clayton tells him that everything's been going great, actually. The projects are coming along with no issue. Peter tells him that that's good. He just wanted to let him know that if he ever needed someone to talk to, the door is always open, literally and digitally. But as Peter leaves, Clayton begins to wonder how Ulysses had a teleconference with Peter if he was just on a plane. A little while later, Clayton sneaks over to Peter's office to use his retroactive recorder, a device that can allow someone to pick up on sound waves from a past conversation. As he holds out the device, he begins to hear Ulysses telling Spider-Man about a vision that he had where Clayton and Spider-Man were fighting. Seconds later, Peter in his suit walks in asking, "What are you doing with that device over there?" And Clayton shouts, "What? You're going to take the word of some punk who thinks I'm going to go bad?" Peter tells him that it's not that simple. The kid has powers. But Clayton tells him, "I don't care. In fact, I quit." And he storms out. Later that night at the local henchman bar, Clayton sits for a drink when a man sits down next to him. The man introduces himself as Mendel Strom, and Clayton says that he knows who he is. He was Norman Osborn's old partner, Robot Master. Strom says that that's right. The way he sees it, they both have mutual interests regarding Parker Industries. Clayton tells him that, sure, but he also knows that Strom is a man who holds on to old grudges, and he let it ruin his life. He's not about to go that route. Strom asks if he's sure, because he knows that he has debts to the Tinkerer, a man who supplies equipment to criminals, and he also knows that what he's getting from him is way more expensive than he can afford. Strom begins to walk off, stating that he has much to gain and little to lose, so give him a call when he's ready. Later that night, Clayton looks at himself as he's shaving off his beard, and he thinks about how he's gotten pretty old now. As he looks at a picture of him when he was younger, taking first place in the science fair and beating Peter Parker, he grabs a phone. He tells the Tinkerer that he wants him to make a rush of the recent orders.
Okay, everything looks good, guys. I'm going to start up again.
He gives Strom a call, telling him
Little storm. Right.
Clayton enters Strom's apartment, telling him that he's had some time to think about what they talked about. He's tired of people
Right, I'm going to leave that there because I don't need that anymore. I'm going to put some more black up on the eyes.
However, they won't need a costume to take down Parker Industries. All he's going to need is Clayton's access codes. They're going to get rich without anyone even knowing that it was them, and they can point the blame to someone else. Maybe even Parker himself. Everyone loves to see a CEO go to prison. He then asks Clayton, "What do you want to do?" Clayton says that what he really wants to do is take him down, and he fires a sonic blast, knocking Strom away. He said that he knows the frequencies that would fry the robot's operating system, and Strom said sure, if he hadn't already upgraded them to be protected against sonic attacks. Strom blasts Clayton out of the building, telling him that they both could have been rich. Though he doesn't mind the noise, he does appreciate him bringing the new tech to him. The robots begin to swarm around Clayton, and he shouts a sonic scream that blows everything away. He then jumps away, allowing his suit to recharge after that blast. But before he can get away, the robots grab onto his leg. Strom flies over.
I need some reference images now.
But but too bad he isn't good enough. He then starts crushing Clayton's head.
I'm going to get that reference image that I was using before.
Spider-Man tells Strum that he thought old people were supposed to be bad with technology, and then he begins to struggle with it as he looks back at the robot holding on to Clayton, and he asks, when do robots get blobby? Clayton manages to break free from the robot.
Okay, so it's all red up in the top here.
As they struggle, Strum fires a laser at Peter, but the laser bounces off, and Peter webs the eyes up, and he rips it out. After being kicked away, Strum tells Peter that it looks like his suit has been upgraded since the last time they met. Well, he too has been doing some upgrades. Soon, all of the smaller robots begin jumping into formation, constructing themselves into a giant robot. Spider-Man looks at it and he tells himself, giant robots. It always is giant robots. Clayton tells Spider-Man to go after Strum. Trust that he's got this. Spider-Man looks at him and figures why not, and he chases after Strum as he escapes. The giant robot grabs Clayton, and knowing that sonic attacks won't affect it, he changes the blast so that it vibrates. The robot's arms begin to shake, and the robot falls to pieces. And seconds later, Strum's web-covered body lands on the ground, and Clayton takes off his helmet, telling Spider-Man that he told him he could be trusted. Now Peter Parker will see that he can as well. But Spider-Man tells him, actually, this isn't a good thing. You used Clash Tech again. The one thing you aren't supposed to be doing because of your parole. Clayton tries to tell him that he was only protecting Parker Industries, but Spider-Man tells him that he could have stopped him without the millions of dollars in property damage or putting people in danger. Spider-Man then asks, why didn't you just call me? Clayton tells him that he wanted to prove that he was on the right side of this. As he looks around, Clayton asks if he's fired. Spider-Man tells him no, but he's going to have to turn over all of his sonic tech, including his suit, and never make anything again. Clayton stops him, telling him that the sonics are his thing. He's way better at them than anyone else. Spider-Man tells him that no one is trying to take that away from him, but from now on, when he designs things, he's going to have to turn them over to the R&D team. It's the only way that this can work. Clayton thinks about it for a moment, and then he says, no, there's another way. And he begins to blast Spider-Man to the ground. He puts back on his mask, stating that if they want to treat him like a bad guy, then he's going to be a bad guy. Spider-Man takes out a small device, and he says that he remembers the last time that they fought, and he developed an anti-sonic inverter to counter the frequencies. Clayton blasts it away, telling him that he's improved his tech from the last time. And Spider-Man says, well, that's not good. He then begins to try and get away from the civilians, but as he begins to run, Clayton tells him that it's not the noise that's going to stop him, it's the vibrations. First striking at his eyes, distorting his vision, making him feel sick and unbalanced. He then focuses the vibrations on a nearby building, causing it to fall on top of Spider-Man. Peter crawls up in the rubble, stating that he knows he can do more than just that. He could shatter every bone in Spider-Man's body if he wanted. And Clayton stops telling him, that's not. But Spider-Man tells him, I know, it's not you. Clash isn't who you are anymore. But right now you have a choice to stop this. Clayton says that he doesn't, that Ulysses' kid said it, which means none of them really have a choice. The future is already set for them. Spider-Man hops onto a lamppost, stating, that's wrong. Ulysses' vision doesn't define us. Ultimately, we have the choice. And as Spider-Man goes on, both him and Clayton are blasted by Strum, telling them to just shut up. The robots begin to get back up, and Peter calls out to Clayton, stating that they need to work together to finish this. As the robots pin Spider-Man down, Clayton tells him that he's right. The future is in their hands, and right now he's on his own. And so is he. Clayton flies off as Strum begins laughing as he charges in for his next attack. And Spider-Man uses all of the strength that he has to pull the robots up, slamming them into Strum and knocking him down. As Strum's body hits the ground, Peter jumps on top of him, ripping his limbs off. Strum tries to tell his robots to help, but Spider-Man continues ripping him apart. And then Spider-Man tells him that he was actually just looking for one part, and that was Strum's remote. He grabs down into Strum's chest and he rips the remote out, telling him that he just did him a favor. All of these newfangled ones, they're really just confusing. Later at Parker Industries, Harry says there hasn't been any word on Clayton since the fight, and Peter Parker tells him to just go ahead and keep trying. He hasn't done anything that they can't fix yet. Harry nervously tells him all right, and he walks off looking at Ulysses. Ulysses says that he knows that he makes him nervous, knowing what he can do. Peter tells him not to take it personally. Harry has a bit of a checkered past as well. He goes on stating that he's given it some thought as well, and actually, he would rather not use Ulysses to further his research. Really, it would be an unfair advantage. That, and if they eliminate mistakes, they would be eliminating progress, since mistakes are how you learn from science. Ulysses asks if he should even use his powers then. Peter says, of course he should. Thanks to those visions, many lives have already been saved. But that's where you should be focusing that. You've got to try and save the people while you have the chance, because if you don't, it'll haunt you forever. A little while later, the Royal Inhuman family returns to bring Ulysses back, and Peter Parker heads over to the Triskalon to give his report. He tells Carol that Ulysses could be the best thing they have in their fight against villains and crime and evil, but they need to watch him and make sure that those situations are handled properly. Also, Peter Parker will support them in any way that he can. Carol says that she appreciates it, and she also needs to make sure that she can count on Spider-Man, because a fair amount of people are thinking that Ulysses is wrong. Really, what she needs to ask is, can she count on him to fight for this? Spider-Man extends his arm and shakes her hand, telling her, yeah, you can. I know what it costs if we don't. And as the two of them leave, Spider-Man tells Carol that he's going to be her Jiminy Cricket. So if he sees her doing anything wrong in how she's handling this,
Jiminy Cricket!
Super annoying. And she tells him that she'll try and notice the difference. As Spider-Man hangs on to Carol as they fly away, he asks if they got this. And Carol says, yes.
You got this? I got this.
But if you've been watching the actual Civil War II video or read that story already, then you know it doesn't quite go so well. So if you somehow avoided that storyline, we're going to give you that link down below, and go ahead and let me know any more Civil War II storylines that I may have missed, because I'm pretty sure we're mostly wrapped up on these. Time to start moving on to Marvel Now 2.0. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram @ComicStorian, and if you like these stories, read dramatic feedback to you, please go ahead and give this channel a subscription. I'll see you next time right here.
So guys, if you do like them and you want to know where to find them so you can subscribe, don't forget you can leave a comment down below and I will do that for you guys. But as for now, I'm listening to it and I'm enjoying it myself.
Batman versus Dracula. Need I say more?
No, I don't want Batman. What do we want Batman for? We don't want that. Just going to check my Instagram while I sort this stream out. I'll sort this video out. I'm getting a couple of pings. I'm going to let everybody know that I'm live so they can come on and watch as well. I don't want this stream to drop out again like it did earlier on, which was very annoying. You blooming electro. Don't take out my internet. I need it.
Welcome to the complete
No. That's Deadpool. We're not listening to Deadpool today. We're listening to some more Spider-Man. So hurry up, find it. Gone and flipped around with its playlists. Let's go to here again. Where's the playlists? Give me a second, guys. Ancient Storm really messed everything up for me today. So very, 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 very annoying. Well, this one looks interesting. I'll have a listen to this one.
Renew Your Vows is a universe.
Renew Your Vows, okay.
Stayed married to Mary Jane. They also had a daughter. Mary Jane is getting her powers by taking them from Spider-Man due to a suit that allows her to basically steal his powers. And their daughter has powers. Well, what if Mary Jane became Venom? I know, that came out of left field, but the story's awesome. Check it out. In her last video, young Annie was invited to attend Xavier's school for the gifted youngsters, and while Peter and Mary Jane were in disagreement on if she should be going or not, Magneto and his mutant brothers attacked. At the end, we found that Emma Frost was the one influencing Magneto after Mary Jane gave her a powerful motherly punch to the face. Down in the streets below of New York City, Peter finds himself fighting against Mysterio, while Mary Jane tries to help their defeated daughter Annie. Peter punches into Mysterio, telling Mary Jane, I could really use some help here. I'm kind of not at full strength when you're nearby. If you're wondering about that, that's because Mary Jane has a suit that allows her to take some of Peter Parker's powers, allowing her to be another spider superhero. But Mary Jane doesn't answer. She continues to lift the subway car off of Annie, their young daughter, who is also a superhero now. Just then, Peter can feel his power being drained as she is using more of it to lift the subway car, and then it's thrown into Mysterio. Mary Jane goes back to helping up Annie, and as she picks her up, Annie's body begins to disappear. And she shouts, what is going on? Peter hugs her, telling her, it's okay. Annie was never there. It's Mysterio's thing. As the two of them hold each other, Mary Jane says that she just drained all of his power because she couldn't control her stuff. Maybe it's time for her to stop playing superhero. Peter tells her, don't be silly. I've been doing this for years. And you've been doing this for what, 2 weeks? Plus, in that time, I've never taken anyone out by throwing a freaking subway car at them. Later that night, though, the mother of Normie Osborn, Liz Allen, begins to get ready for her interview.
Normie Osborn. Okay. That's his son, I think. They've gone a bit further on with the superheroes now. They've sort of given everybody kids, which isn't a bad thing because they will, in the future, will take over their roles from their parents, which is good. Which means we get more Spider-Man, we get more Superman, we get more Batman, we get now all of them really. They're all starting to get kids. Even Aquaman, but who gives monkeys about Aquaman?
Liz waits for a moment and then says, actually, I have an idea. She leads Mary Jane in and opens up a sealed door showing a black suit. That is that. Their state-of-the-art organic tech suit is sitting right here. The suit is made to enhance the wearer's natural strength and energy, but due to government regulations, they've not been allowed to test it on humans. Mary Jane says,
okay, we need a bit of blue. Let's get the blue.
What makes you think that you can handle this? Mary Jane tells her that she fought Mole Man, dinosaurs, and even took down Magneto.
I'm going to test what happens if I mix these two colors together. Got blue there. I want to try and get a darker sort of purpley.
She really hopes that she doesn't mind that she's going to borrow the suit for a little while. And Liz tells her, not at all. Moments later, Mary Jane webs down to the streets, knocking over a robber, and then sits back down, stating, I did it, and it was all me. Later that night, though, Mary Jane had
blending colors, because apparently you can blend colors with graphic markers, so that's what I'm going to try and do for the colors down here. So
runs in stating that she can help, but Venom punches Mary Jane back, telling her, you really thought that you could save him? You have no control here. Just then, Annie screams for help as the black walls begin to grab and pull Annie inside of the black liquid. Mary Jane tries to grab her hand, and as the walls absorb Annie, Venom grabs Mary Jane, telling her, there's nothing you can do now. Mary Jane screams out, and as she opens up her eyes, she sees herself hanging from underneath a bridge. And then she just leaves. How did she get there? Two garbage barge workers see a splash, and as they look over, they see Venom jumping out of the water, mouth wide open, ready to eat. The next morning, Peter wakes up and notices Mary Jane's not in bed. Then he sees her downstairs eating. He says that she seems rather chipper for, 7 a.m. in the morning? Mary Jane stuffs her face full of pancakes and shouts asking, why have we not tried these? They're amazing! I can eat 100 of these! I also made bacon for everyone. And I ate all of that too! Peter asks if everything's okay. And Mary Jane hastily tells him, honestly, I've never felt better. It's like a new me. And as she says that, the image of Venom can be seen in her eye. After breakfast, Mary Jane drops Annie on her
so this is where Mary Jane gets the suit.
Behind, telling himself that something has gotten into her. As he watches, though, he says the suit is even new, which does remind him that, nah, that can't be. But then again, Mary Jane is swinging around, not using his power. The Spidey sense goes off, and up ahead a few robbers begin to beat on the security team for an armored truck. Mary Jane effortlessly takes up the bad guys, and as Peter watches, he asks himself if he's been a bad husband for spying on his wife. But right now, he's never been more okay with being a bad husband. Before long, Mary Jane starts to choke one of the robbers to the point where he can't breathe. So Peter swings down, telling her to let go. She doesn't respond, so he grabs at her, forcing her to let go, and he shouts at her that you're acting like a maniac. She struggles free, telling him to just let her go. She's going to be late for work, and then she webs off. Later that day at the Daily Bugle, Peter hears a story from Betty about a barge crew who claims to have seen a tar monster. J. Jonah Jameson shouts that he is not putting that kind of crap out unless they have proof. Now go get me something, like what Normie Osborn's been up to. As Jonah stomps off, Peter leans in, stating that he would like to hear a little bit about this crazy tar monster thing. But later in the hospital, Peter visits one of the men that was on the barge, and he asks if he can tell him a little bit more about what happened. The man says that it was horrible. It had razor-sharp teeth, big white bug eyes, claws, and she had an 8-foot tongue. Peter begins to put it together. Mary Jane, the black suit that has fangs and a long tongue. Venom. He jumps out of the hospital, heading towards Mary Jane's work, thinking that Venom should be dead. He brought a freaking burning building down on top of him and Eddie. Just then, the Spidey sense goes off, and Peter finds Mary Jane on the roof of her work, struggling with Venom. The symbiote is trying to take her over. As Peter asks what's going on, Mary Jane tells him to run, and then Venom takes over, smacking Peter away, shouting, "Not fast enough." Venom runs over, grabbing Peter, and through Venom's eyes, all Mary Jane can do is shout for him to stop. But Venom tells Mary Jane, "No, he's the man that killed Eddie and left me for dead. Eddie was my family." Venom goes back to fighting against Peter, cutting away into his stomach, and Mary Jane screams for him to get out of there. While Venom holds Peter down, Peter manages to stick a device into Venom's arm, and he tells Mary Jane not to panic. He's going to need her to use some of that famous Mary Jane Parker willpower and break out of there. The device goes off, shocking Venom, and inside, Mary Jane breaks free of Venom's grasp. In the real world, Venom shouts, "Spider-Man is a coward! I will kill her too." Peter notices Venom yelling, not at him.
Again, guys, I'm using Copic markers.
Over here, Venom. Inside of Venom, Mary Jane
They're not ink-based, they're alcohol-based, and this is a brush pen,
Peter continues to watch Venom,
which is so much better than one of those hard tip ones.
Whenever you're ready to fight me, Venom. Venom starts aimlessly
so much better.
Peter tells him, "I gotta admit it, I didn't peg you for the dance-off type."
I'm not a very good painter, but I can use a brush pen.
His real body goes flying against a wall.
Or a brush and such to ink as well, which I might do in Inktober. I might get myself some like inks.
Mary Jane tells him that she was tricked.
Not ink pens, because we've got a load of those. Just ink.
All she wanted to do was make their life better, and all she keeps doing is messing up. Peter sits down beside Mary Jane, telling
ink
her,
like this, you know what I mean? And try and sort of create something with a quill and such.
Mary Jane waits for a moment and then says, "Liz Allen." Peter asks, "Why would she do that?" Over in Liz Allen's office, she asks Miss January if Normie has come to his senses. January says that she's afraid not. Project MG is close to completion. He's as single-minded as everyone else. Liz pours herself a drink and says, "It's all right. She took some precaution." Spider-Man should
starting to run out on time as well. My son might be home from school soon, so that will make me have to finish my stream for today.
She can't lose him. She will not lose her son. And there you have it. Renew Your Vows still continues to be.
He is in secondary school, so he'll bring himself home, but then I'm in the way, so I try and not be in the way when he comes home. So he's got his homework to do, so he needs the table that I'm using right now. And his homework is obviously more important than what I'm doing.
Last video in the Spider-Man series, and click right here for more stuff from YouTube. Time to get back to Amazing Spider-Man, one of my favorite superheroes over at Marvel. Now, we have skipped over some of the stories, as I personally was not enjoying them, but it's time to tell you how Parker Industries is done, and the final battle between Otto Octavius and Spider-Man, at least for now. We know how comic books work. Anyway, I'm going to be going into that story right now. The fall of Parker Industries, it takes place during Secret Empire. Keep that in mind. In any stories that we skip on this channel, we will be giving you the information in the video. Hope you enjoy. In our last video, Peter Parker was hot on the trail of Norman Osborn and not pulling any punches in fighting. With his personal feelings aside, Peter had to bring his fight to Osborn, to a country that didn't invite, a U.S. invasion. Just before the fight could be won, Osborn managed to escape, and because Peter overthrew a foreign government using his own business, Nick Fury severed all ties with Parker Industries. Peter Parker has been doing well. He owns an entire industry known as Parker Industries based upon his webware, which is a futuristic phone technology, very similar to an iPhone. But while Peter Parker has been battling against Osborn in his battle to remove Osborn as a threat to the world, he's been using every resource at his advantage and not keeping in mind that Parker Industries is an entire company with multiple people that are employed by him, working for him, and people using his phones for their entire daily lives. He doesn't consider any of these things because he's Spider-Man, and he has a fight against Norman Osborn. But there's another individual, someone else who has been a thorn in his side, someone who's been causing problems since the dawn of Spider-Man, and that is Dr. Octavius, Doc Ock. And while he may be dead right now, his mind has been downloaded, and it is being used again. But how will he get his body back? As a man drives by the Auto Empire, his passenger says,
I've got no white, so I can't white out anything like I was told in other ones. I'm going to put some yellow in his eye, actually.
The driver doesn't really need to worry about that. He's in excellent shape, and in time, he shall be rewarded. The driver says, don't worry about it. This is just on the way. The man says, no, he'll see. Great changes are coming to this world, and on that day, you will be favored. The driver pulls away and the man easily jumps over the gates and says this proto-clone is better than anything Jackal could have designed because he perfected it. The man looks at his reflection and then he says that this face is a marked improvement as well. A synthetic spider clone with his own DNA. There's no denying the stronger, more prominent features of Otto Octavius in this clone of Peter Parker from the Clone Conspiracy. That is a storyline that we may cover eventually, but it wasn't the greatest storyline. The results of it basically are Otto Octavius got a new body, a proto-clone of Peter Parker. Otto continues to walk as a set of crushed cars are lifted into the air, revealing an underground facility. As he steps in, the computer welcomes him, and he tells it to play back any recent news regarding Parker Industries. The computer starts to play several news stations talking about the recent decline in Parker Industries stock. And Otto shouts, "What are you doing to my company?" Once again, for those of you guys who don't know, Otto Octavius was in the original Peter Parker's body in Superior Spider-Man. He was actually Peter Parker, and using his intelligence, he created Parker Industries before Peter Parker came back, taking his body back and taking over the company. Everything that Peter Parker has right now, all of his money, all of his technology, is because Otto Octavius took over his body. And then when Peter took his body back, Otto Octavius was gone. I know this whole thing is confusing, but let me just break it bare bones for you. Otto Octavius created Parker Industries and is now in a clone of Peter Parker. Otto slams his fist down and then he notices that the computer is clean. Too clean. Suddenly, Otto's octopus sense tingles, and the Hydra agents charge out shouting, "Hail Hydra! Identify yourself, intruder!" Otto asks, "Intruder? Of all of the unmitigated gall!" As the agents open fire, Otto effortlessly jumps and weaves through the blast, grabbing onto each agent by their head. Using his newfound strength, Otto throws the agents into each other, and another group jumps out, tackling Otto to the ground. And one says that if he can walk on the walls, he must be a friend of the spiders. Otto launches all of the agents off of him, shouting, "Fools! I will forever be one singular being. I am Otto Octavius!" Soon the agents begin screaming as a wall of mechanical arms reach out, grabbing and strangling them. And Otto tells them that this is my base, and I am always armed. But still, I can't stay here. Hydra are
armed and dangerous.
They know this location, but they're superior numbers.
What do you think, guys? I'm kind of liking the way I've got this done now. I'm going to be using some pencil for the this here, and I think this is red, so I'm going to do this here as red.
Otto demands that he explain himself, and Arnim says that it is true that Hydra will keep sending men to this base, and if you wish, they could work for you. Whether you meant to or not, you passed Hydra's first step by defeating the group's leader. You are the best candidate for his replacement. Otto then asks, "Why would I do that?" And Arnim tells him, "Because we share the same goal, the destruction of Parker Industries." Arnim extends a hand, and Otto shakes it, telling him, "Yes, we will work together for now." And now, with Hydra's resources, Otto begins to build a new suit, one with unparalleled designs made by none other than himself. And when the time comes, Otto begins to put on his new suit. And as he pulls down the mask, he says that he's back. Otto Octavius, the superior octopus. Over in a studio in London, Anne-Marie tells Peter to just remember, this interview is about one thing, damage control. Parker Industries is currently facing a zillion lawsuits. Peter Parker has a reputation of being flaky. He asks how. And Anne-Marie says that he has moments of just running off. You know, the whip. So for the sake of our company, for the next 20 minutes, don't be that guy. Peter begins to fix his tie and he asks, "What? No words of encouragement? No good luck, boss? No go-get-em, tiger?" Anne-Marie quietly shouts, "Don't screw up." A few moments later, the reporter tells Peter that she would like to thank him for joining them tonight. But their viewers must know, what kind of company is he running? Last week, one of their products was linked to causes of mass nausea in his company. And the next week, he privately funded a war. Peter says, "So much for small talk. But we took action to stop terrorists and stop the spread of a deadly virus. So if you're stating that Parker Industries values people over profits, guilty as charged." As the interview goes on, the reporter stops and says they have breaking news. Sources confirm that the Earth is under an alien attack. Some of their most powerful protectors have joined with Alpha Flight to combat the invasion of the alien Chitauri. Peter gets back up and he looks over at Anne-Marie and she motions for him to stop. He shrugs, sitting back down. An assistant then tells Peter that...
Okay, I'm not going to put any more there for a minute because that's not soaking in properly at the minute. It's going to mess up the piece.
You're going to leave. Peter turns, sighing, asking, "How did Iron Man ever do this?" And after dropping Anne-Marie off, he goes back to his office where he feels a spider sense going on. He puts on the Spider-Man suit and he walks into Parker Industries, telling the workers not to be afraid. He's just going up to his suite before the boss man shows up. But aren't you guys working awfully late? Peter then looks around asking, "Where's Gerald?" Gerald works nights, right? One of the workers tells the others that he's on to them, and then they jump at Spider-Man shouting, "Hail Hydra!" Just as Spider-Man begins knocking everyone out, a voice calls over the intercom that all agents are to stand down. Spider-Man's business tonight is with him. Spider-Man gets back up and he begins to walk towards his office, telling everyone that they are so fired when he tells Peter about this. Don't even think about taking a stapler. As he slams open the doors, he says that he kind of knows that voice. Go ahead and tell him who they are, since bad guys love doing that. The man sitting in Peter's chair says, really? There's no need for such histrionics. We know each other quite well. After all, I did walk a mile in your shoes. Spider-Man says that he figured it was Doc Ock. How did you survive? Clone body? And Otto gets up telling him, technically, yes, but not like the others. This one is far superior. Spider-Man then asks, why are you working with Hydra? That's even a bit low for you. So how about we both just go to New York and work some things out so that we can make a new start from here? Otto yells, silence! It is I who have an offer to extend. Since we have somewhat of a kinship since we shared your body, I would like to offer an opportunity to peacefully transfer ownership of Parker Industries to me. Peter tells him, why would I give you my company? And Otto stops and telling him, no, it was my company. It is I who in your body launched this company. Even afterwards, it was my consciousness trapped inside of the living brain that hacked systems and manipulated the markets to favor you. Right now, I have neither the time nor the patience to wrestle with pride. Will Parker Industries be released to me or not? An answer is required. Peter says, I require you to eat my web shorts. This is my company and I've never given it to you. Otto tells him, that is disappointing, but hardly surprising. Now, once again, my hand is forced. Soon an image of Manhattan appears as a dome appears over the borough. The image then changes to a news station and they report that all communication has been cut off from Manhattan. But the origin of the bubble seems to be coming from Parker Industries. Otto says, it's all lies and poppycocky, but nevertheless effective. Now the world will blame Peter Parker for Manhattan's dark fate. Spider-Man lunges at Otto, throwing him against the wall, and Otto wipes off his mouth, asking, was that your best shot? Spider-Man webs up Otto's eyes, tackling through the wall, telling him, not even close. But as Otto zaps the web off of his lens, his mechanical arms throw Peter into the ceiling, and he says, I know all of your tricks and how to counter them. Spider-Man quickly webs up the nearby coffee pot.
Okay, I'm going to use some Crayola. Oh, these aren't not a sponsor, but I'm going to be using some pencils, so I should really say. Now to do the jacket, as that is obviously it's like a different material, so I'm trying to get like a different feel to it.
All right, less anger, more reviewing the basics of piloting a supersonic pogo plane. As he rockets out of the office building, Otto waits until it's clear and then presses a button. Seconds later, the entire London-based office explodes and falls to the ground. He then begins to walk down the street, stating, all went perfectly according to plan. Quick side note, just because I've had to explain everything else that's been going on in this amazing Spider-Man storyline, because it's interwoven.
There we go.
But into so many plots. The attack by the Chitauri and the Iron Man call, that's actually Secret Empire. This is all happening while Secret Empire happens. So that's why Peter Parker can't get any help. And why he's not in Secret Empire. A short while later, over in Washington, Spider-Man gets up on the ground asking how they can stop Cap if he's with Hydra. He's the man who never gives up. And how did he get Thor's hammer? He then shouts to Quicksilver to start kicking up some dust. They need cover, and they need to get out of here now. Meanwhile, over in San Francisco, Psylocke tells Otto not to make her read his mind. Out with it. What do you want? Otto says that he would like full access to Parker Industries San Francisco. There are a few paltry items inside which interest him. One of the mutants tells them that this is their place. Now, he doesn't get to make any demands. And as he finishes, Otto grabs him, throwing him across the city, stating, are we in agreement now? Good. He hits a switch on his glove, shorting out the P in the I in Parker Industries, stating, there we go. As he leaves the Hydra agents inside, he tells them that they have 20 minutes, hard drives, office files, server blades. They want it all. As the agents begin pulling out equipment, Otto waits, stating that that's intriguing. Spider-Man and him shared a mind. Certainly he would have made a move by now, so where on earth could he be? And over in the Shanghai office, Spider-Man tells all of the workers that Otto Octavius is coming and he wants to raid his place. He's going to want all of the hard work that they put into their intellectual property for himself. So if they work together, they can, and one of the workers shouts, this isn't a Chinese company, it's his American company, and America is already Hydra. So as far as they're concerned, this is pointless. Another yells, yeah, Spider-Man always receives help from other heroes, who's going to help you this time? And Spider-Man tells them, you are, all of you. You're going to get a chance to be heroes today. But before we could go on, Min whispers that she started to interrupt with who would like to see him. Says that is very important. He runs down into the labs asking what's going on, and Lynn's mother sees Peter stating that this is the man responsible for what's happening. Peter tells Mrs. Tang that it's an honor to meet her. Her daughter has been invaluable to Parker Industries. Her work on Spider-Man's vehicles could have helped him save countless lives. Mrs. Tang laughs, stating that she gets that from him, but Dr. Wu pulls Peter aside before Mrs. Tang could go on telling him that she would like to thank him. Neither his government nor the private sector have poured as many resources into cancer research as Parker Industries. He placed power and responsibility over profit and reaped the greatest reward of all, a daughter spending more time with her mother. Lynn then grabs her spider helmet, stating that she once betrayed him, and he gave her a second chance and she will not waste it. She'll be in the vehicle bay with the equipment. Everything that she has designed is ready to go as soon as he gives the word. Later, over in the Green Lab, Dr. Philip Chang asks Peter, "You would like me to do what now?" Peter tells him to be ready to destroy all of his equipment in a moment's notice. File, notes, backups, all of it. And Philip tells him that he is close to a major breakthrough. It could change the world. If I was to start from scratch, I wouldn't be able to just pick up where I left off. Peter says hopefully it won't come to that. But just then the lights go out. The spider sense kicks in and Peter runs to the window to see Otto making his way towards the building. He suits up, getting ready to go outside, and he radios to Lynn, telling her that they need to move out. And she tells the others, "You're the man, punch it." He heads to the roof and Otto asks, "Evacuating so soon? That's the first smart thing that you've done in days." Just as Peter attacks, he asks, "Where's the rest of the army?" And Otto tells him, "I don't require an army. I have all the arms that a man needs." The Spider-Man sighs, telling him, "Yeah, kind of walked into that one." He grabs a hold of one of the mechanical arms and then throws Otto off of the ledge. As Otto falls, he grabs onto the side of the building, stating that it would seem that they are evenly matched now. And Spider-Man tells him, "Please, you're the guy who created the sinister 6-to-1 odds. Let's see how you like it. Troops, move in!" As Spider-Man snaps his fingers, a swarm of spider cars ride up the side of the building and Lynn shouts they have him surrounded. "Just give the word." Otto looks around and asks if this is supposed to impress him. His victory in the foreign country made him bold and stupid. Coming after me with Parker Industries tech. He pushes a button stating that he's always had a backdoor into the company. He was there from the beginning, from its vertical operating systems down to its logo. And Spider-Man looks up as Otto points out to take a closer look. "Do you see my signature? OO for Otto Octavius." And just as Otto finishes, all of the spider cars turn on Spider-Man, and Spider-Man shouts, "What's happening?" Lynn yells, "The controls aren't responding. All of the weapons are locked onto you." And all of the spider cars begin to skitter towards Spider-Man. Otto says that he would like to welcome his new employees. Their first order of business, throwing out your fake CEO. As the spider cars grab onto Peter, Otto begins to head into the offices to start his raid. Once he's inside, Peter radios to Wu and Philip asking what's the backup plan now. They tell him that his assumption is right. The signal that Dr. Octopus is using to control the cars is a constant one. Given enough time, they'll be able to find his signal. Inside Lynn's car, she begins to pull apart the computer, stating that she is disengaging from the computer interface and she would like to switch the system to manual. Once she crosses the right wires, the grip on Peter loosens, and he tells Lynn that the others might not be able to do the same, so he's going to need her to. But she shouts, "Keep the doc busy. You got it." And Peter yells,
Oh yeah, that looks a lot better. Yeah, I like that.
Back inside the server room, Otto begins to look around, stating that everything is right here, all within her arms. As he reaches out, Lynn crashes through the wall, driving the spider car into him, stating that she's going to have to ask him to step outside. On the other side of the building, Peter finishes webbing up the other spider cars so they don't fall, and quickly jumps into the offices. As he heads into his office, he pulls back on the suit and rushes to his computer to give an announcement to everyone. Once the connection is set, he tells everyone that this is it. He didn't want to have to make this call, but they're facing a hostile takeover. Literally, not by investors or another company, but by a super villain, and he's listening in. If he were to get his hands on all of his data, it could be twisted into something helping the worst people on the world. It has been an honor to work with all of you at this company, but it's time to tear it all down. Do you hear that, Doc? I'm calling it now. Parker Industries is no more. Every department activate worm viruses now, company-wide, wipe of all of the systems. As Otto fights with Lynn, he shouts, "What are you doing? What idiot would destroy a global empire just to keep it out of my hands? Who could be that petty, Parker?" Back inside, before Peter can even finish his speech, everyone begins destroying everything, and some of the workers sigh that this was a good job on the left. Over in Peter's office, he activates a switch, revealing a suitcase, stating that this is secret weapon number 1. And as he opens it up, he smiles, stating that it's been a while, but now it's time for secret weapon number 2. And then he radios to Philip. Philip tells him that the device is calibrated, and he can send it to Spider-Man to pick up. Now, onto the last part. Philip takes out a matchbook and tosses a match into a stack of paper. As the fire burns, he says that he was so close to perfecting green energy. Wu tells him that it could have been a potential weapon in the wrong hands. Now they must leave. They've done their part. Back up top, Peter jumps onto the building, punches into Otto, asking him, "Did you miss me?" And Otto shouts to him, "Shut up! Everything that I built is now ruined." And Peter tells him, "Yeah, I'm that kid who just flipped over the whole board game table. So even if you do win back your kingdom, it'll be a kingdom of ashes." Otto clenches his fist, telling him, "I know your Achilles heel. Remember Osborn's electromagnetic pulse? Well, this vision will rip that spider suit to shreds." As the pulse hits, it begins to tear away the suit, and as Peter catches himself, he's still split his costume.
Don't you do it to me again, Storm. Don't you do it. Get out of here. No one wants you. Get out of here. Get out of here. I don't want to hear that. No, no. Good job, I'm bloody finished. Near enough. Oh, give me a second, guys. This
Shocking auto suit
freaking out. There we go.
are useless. They begin to flail around, and as one hits Otto, Peter asks, "Why give in to yourself?" Otto shouts,
"Why'd you give him yourself? Why'd you give him yourself?"
Otto begins to web away, telling him that
I'm going to go over some of these lines again now. We pop just a little bit more.
Peter asks him, "Are you bluffing?" "I can't risk it." And as Lynn radios in that the clamps are still holding, Peter begins to follow, yelling that he falls for it every time. As he reaches the roof where Otto landed, all he finds
I'm enjoying this one today. This one
he grabs the mask
worked out a lot better than the one that it did previously.
And it looks like he's going to have to catch him another time. Later over at Hydra Base 1, Artem Zola tells Otto that his mission was a complete success. Parker Industries is in shambles, just as their glorious leaders, Stephen Rogers, intended. In fact, he wanted to pass a message along to him that he is one of his finest soldiers. And Otto says to tell Steve that he is honored. Now on the back of Otto's head, he yells, "Look at me!
No, I'm going to
Reduce you a
stop.
lackey. Everything I've built is now in ruins. But one day there will come a reckoning."
This ink is actually bleeding into the other one, so I'm going to stop there. I'm not going to do any more than that. No, I don't want to bleed. I don't want to ruin this. No, thank you.
Sleeping on Bobby Morrison's, or not Bobby Morrison, Mockingbird's couch. Is it Bobby Morrison? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below if I'm wrong or right. I swear, I'm going to watch live footage and watch you guys content. Yeah, I'll look it up right after this video is done. You can let me know, but I'm going to look it up right after this is done. Anyway, if you want more Spider-Man, click right over here. If you want the next story in the Spider-Man...
If you want to see more Spider-Man by me, click down on the subscribe button. And if you want to see, and if you did like today's draw, guys, don't forget to hit that like button today. But as always, guys, I am Blut084, BLUT084, R10 Games, here every day on YouTube, every Wednesday and Thursday doing some art and drawing. Next week, I'll probably do another Spider-Man. Maybe I'll do a villain next week. I'm not sure. Let me know what you want to see down below in the comment section, or if you're watching if you're watching there live, you can hit that live chat button and give me a comment there. But like I said, hit down below on that subscribe button. Hit a like if you have liked today's stream, guys. I'm just going to finish up here with this guitar. But this is the Spider-Man or Punk Spider-Man 2.0, as this is the second part of today's stream, because obviously the storm took out the electric earlier on. And again, I really am sorry about that. But it is Electro isn't playing ball today. And he ain't being that good. So I do apologise for that earlier on, guys. But hopefully you have liked today's stream. I'm not going to use that red because it's going to clash with that. I'm going to use a red from here. But hopefully you have liked today's stream, because I have. I've very much enjoyed doing this today. Very, very much enjoyed doing this today. And I'm glad it's worked out a lot better than the one did before. I did obviously do another stream to do with Spider-Man PS4. And that was the just the bog standard red, white and blue suit with a white spider. And as you notice on this one, it doesn't actually have a spider, but it does have a lot of extra little bits, like the spikes on the head. And the jacket, which I'm glad I did in pencil now, because it gives it a little bit more of a different feel than it being, say, a lycra suit, because he does wear a lycra suit underneath, but he does wear over the top. Sorry, guys, he does wear over the top a leather jacket. Well, this is leather. And this is what I thought was denim. So it could be denim. It could be cloth. I'm not sure. Or it could even just be leather itself. I don't know. But it is Punk Spider-Man. And if you want to know anything about Punk Spider-Man, let me know down in the comment section. And join me later on. And I will explain a little bit more about the characters. And again, if you want to hear some more of the Comic Storian, because that is where you're tuning in, don't forget you can ask me where to find them down below on the comment section, and lots of other things if you want to talk to me. But once again, my name is Blut084, here daily on YouTube, occasionally on Mixer, but every day and night over on Instagram, guys. BLUT084 Art and Games here. I mean, same name, different place. But so yeah, there's the guitar. There's the full picture of without the legs, because I got rid of them because I didn't really like them, as it was just this piece I was drawing itself. But hopefully you have enjoyed today's stream, guys. I'll leave you with that. Give you a good shot of everything I've done today. Check out #1 for the sketch phase of it. That's not actually kind of see it. Let me get out of focus. Give me a second, guys. I have to go back over here, make sure everything's good. Yeah, guys, hopefully you have enjoyed today and you have liked this stream. Tune in next Wednesday and next Thursday, where I'll be digitizing this, taking it over to the free app, Critter, like I did in the previous #1, 2, 3, and 4 of Spider-Man PS4. Thank you very much for watching today, guys, and I'll see you next Wednesday for some more art, but tonight for some more gaming of Spider-Man PS4. Hopefully you are tuning into the streams, and you'll tune in next Wednesday and Thursday, because we will be having some more fun with some Spider-Man. And don't forget to what I said at the beginning of the stream, that I'm trying to create my own character, which is Blue Angel here, or Blute Angel, and coming out of the egg, which is my symbol, which is an egg. As if you look up the word Blute, it actually means something in French. So look up that word. Tell me what you think of the name Blute, and I will get that. Sorry, I won't do anything with that because that's my name. Yeah, I'm going to be doing some more Blue Angel, and check out last week's stream for the Spider-Man PS4, where I digitized this, and I will be digitizing this next Wednesday and Thursday. Hopefully you have enjoyed it today, guys. Don't forget to leave a like. Always subscribe if you want some more, and hit that bell so you don't miss out, and you always know when I go live. Thank you very much, guys. I do apologize for everyone, but hey, I had a little break and I come on back. Catch you later, guys, and I'll see you again tonight for some more Spider-Man PS4 gameplay. Check out the other streams, or check the links down below, which I'll leave very shortly. Goodbye for now.